Alright. So next what we do is we formulate a simplex table. This is called as a simplex table. So in which we are going to consider all the values of each of the equation. Okay, for example, the first equation is x plus y plus s1 plus 0s2 is equal to 4. Okay. Now here what we did was s1 was there. We considered s1 because we had to balance both left hand side and right hand side, but by considering 0s2, 0 into s2, the value will be again 0, and so the equation, there will be no much change to the done to the equation. Okay, similarly there was no s1 in the second equation, so for that reason what we have done is we have multiplied 0 with s1 because we wanted to somehow introduce s1 to this particular second equation. So that is the reason, by multiplying 0 with s1, the second equation, there will not be much change to the second equation. Why? Because only s2 was there in the second equation. While in the third equation, if you have to see, both s1 and s2 was not there in the third equation. That is the reason we have multiplied 0 with s1, 0 and with s2. So it doesn't make much difference to this third equation. Okay. Now once that is done, what we do is we formulate the simplex table. So how to write this simplex table is nothing but the coefficient of x was 1 in the first equation. So that is the reason we are writing 1 here. Next, the coefficient of y variable is 1, that is the reason we are again writing 1 here. Similarly, the coefficient of s1 is 1, again 1 is being written here. Next, coefficient of s2 is 0, coefficient of s2 is 0 here. Okay. Next, RHS is 4, so that is the reason 4 is written over here. Okay. Now similarly, we formulate the coefficients of the second equation. X is equal to 1, the coefficient of x is equal to 1, coefficient of y is equal to 3, it is 3 here, and this is 0, this is 0 here, coefficient of s2 is 1, coefficient of s2 is 1. Now the right hand side is 6 and this is also 6. So this is how we have formulated the two rows of this particular table. Okay. Next is, so next we have z equation. Z equation is nothing but the coefficient of x is 3, coefficient of y is 5, coefficient of s1 is 0, again s2 is also 0. So this is how we have formulated all these things. Next is basic variable, as I have told in the previous problem also. S1 is nothing but this is additional variable which we have considered. S1, and S1 was the extra variable which we have introduced in the first equation, and S2 is nothing but this is the extra variable which we have introduced in the second variable. Okay. So here if you have to see, S1 is the extra variable which we have introduced in the first equation, and s2 is the extra variable which we have introduced in the second variable, second equation. So that is the reason these are considered as a basic variable. These are called as a basic variable because on the basis of these two variables are only we are going to determine the final solution. That is the reason we are going to consider this as a basic variable. Okay. Now how to consider this as 0 and 0 is because we have to see what is the coefficient of s1 in the z equation. Okay, in the z equation these two are 0, so that is the reason this is considered as 0. Okay, so this is 0 here. Okay, so that is the reason these two are considered as 0. So always remember, for the basic variable coefficients we have to consider the coefficients of the profit equations. Okay. Alright, so going ahead, next we have to calculate C and Zj minus Cj values. C values are nothing but, I'm just going back. Now how to consider the C values are nothing but, first we are supposed to determine C1. Okay, now how do I consider C1? C1 is nothing but, first I am going to consider the basic variable coefficients, and next I am going to consider x1. Okay, so I can write this as x1 coefficients are 1 and 1. Okay, so I am just going back. So if you have to see, this is 0 and 0, this is 1 and 1. Okay, so for C1 calculation, we are going to calculate this. Okay, we are going to consider these two columns. Okay, 0 and 0, 1 and 1. So when we are multiplying these two, we are going to get this value. When we add this, we are going to get it as 0. Okay, now similarly C2 is nothing but, again, this basic variable column remains as it is. Basic variable column remains as it is, 0 and 0, the same values we are supposed to consider again. But since we are calculating C2, what we are going to do is we have to consider the second column in this particular table. The second column is this. Alright, so it is 1 and 3, 1 and 3, so that is the reason it is 0 again. The same type of calculation, and again we are going to get 0. So similarly C3, for C3 basic variable column remains the same. Now we are supposed to consider the third column, that is 1 and 0. Okay, 1 and 0 is nothing but this. Okay, so that is the reason we are going to get C3 as 0, and similarly we will get C4 also as equal to 0. Okay, now going ahead, we calculate Zj minus Cj. Zj minus Cj is nothing but Z1 minus C1. Z1 is nothing but, I'm just going back to the table. Z1 was 3 and C1 we have got it as 0. So that is the reason I'm just going to the next page. Z1 minus C1 is equal to 3 minus 0, which is equal to 3. Next is we have Z2 minus C2. Z2 is 5. I can write this as Z2. This is Z1. Okay, and similarly this is Z3. This is Z4. Okay, so these are C2 values. Z2 minus C2 is 5 minus 0, which is equal to 5 minus 0 is 5. Okay, and next is also 0 and minus 0, and this is also equal to 0. Z3 minus C3 is also 0. Z4 minus C4 is also 0. Okay, now we always remember that we have to consider the maximum Zj minus Cj value. So out of these four values, the maximum is, out of these four values, the maximum is 5. Okay, so the maximum is 5. Okay, so this is the maximum. So that is the reason we have to consider this value or this column value for the next calculation. Okay.